Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mom and I Unfiltered.
Good morning.
Good morning. Today's topic, pet peeves. Why are people like this? So, we're going to talk about things that drive us nuts on the road, at the store, everywhere in between the store. We'll get some laughs, but some of y'all need to hear some of these things. So, we're just going to be honest. Nobody's naming names. If you do some of these things, maybe think about doing them differently.
And I do feel like we all do them. We've all done them at least once.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The list is long.
We had to shorten it. We had to use some help from our AI friends to shorten our list a little bit. All right, so let's start with what drives us. The category driving us crazy. Little pun there. All the ways people ruin the road.
And first up, I'm picking up Dad's mug and I'm presenting it. It's a mug that Patrick and Elizabeth got Michael years ago. And on it is a picture of this very angry looking cat. It says, "Ever heard of a turn signal, asshole?" I feel like that's a big one. I think that's a big one for a lot of people. That's a big one.
The worst part is sitting at an intersection, like a four-way stop, which we have a lot of down here, and nobody knows which way anybody's going. And then somebody starts to turn and they didn't have a turn signal, and somebody goes straight, and now we're all stopped and everybody's honking, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah. We're not mind readers. We don't know where you think you want to be going.
I mean,
We don't
it's
know.
not hard. It's right there. I mean, you got your hands, and it's like you could hit it with your index finger. I know nobody drives like this. I do, because I'm old now. But even if you're driving like Coolio, you can still pop over and hit that switch pretty easy.
It shouldn't be a big deal, but I find like it is, and it's not. I used to think it was old people. It's kind of not even old people. Like, I feel like old people might be the ones using their signals, and it's
Or
everybody
leave their
else.
signal on the highway.
Well,
Just going
that's
down the
old
road
people.
and somebody's got their lane changer on for 5 miles.
And you decide you're going to let them in, and they don't move, and then you start screaming at them.
Yeah.
I'm letting you in.
Yeah. If you use it, I'm gonna let you in. If you don't use it, I'm gonna be mad at you. So let's all agree to just use them.
Right.
And if
That
they're
would
broke, put your arm out the window.
diminish
Let's
a
go.
lot of road rage would be diminished if we did that.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
You brought up highway though, and you're talking about I don't do this, and when people do this in front of me, it freaks me out, and I will do everything I can to get around them. Left lane hoggers. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't. Why? Why are you in the left lane? There's signs everywhere. Unless passing, move to the right lane.
Yeah, it's funny. I've seen a lot of people have like these LED signs now or large bumper stickers that says like "move over," it's the law. And I kind of like that, but then they're also just riding the left lane for the whole way. And I'm like, okay, I get you're going faster, and I'm guilty on the highway. I don't like to be behind people, so I will go around people. But as soon as I'm past somebody, and I know I'm not going to have to get back over in 3 seconds, I move to the right because there are other cars coming. I feel like everybody needs to go. Maybe it's bad in Germany too, but I feel like everybody needs to go take a autobahn class and just learn about that real quick, and then come back and figure it out.
Fun would that be? And sadly, you inherited that whole I don't want anybody in front of me from me. If I'm driving and I see a car anywhere around me that's in front of me, I will go faster just to get around them. I don't like cars in front of me. So I'm also probably someone's pet peeve.
Well, and part of it is the turn signals. And here's another one we didn't write down. Cruise control. My God. How do you ride down the highway and not use cruise control? People that do not use cruise control, it drives me nuts. Unless there's like a lot of traffic, put it on. And now with these cars that speed up and slow down for you, mine doesn't have it, but if I'm in a rental car or somebody else's car and I'm put my cruise control on, but the person in front of me decides they're going to vary between 55 and 80 over the course of an hour, that means my car, if I'm not paying attention, is going, and I'm like, oh God, what are we doing here? Big pet driving is a big one for me. I'll admit I can be a insert word for between aggressive and non-aggressive driver, but I'm not mean and I don't cut people off and I don't yell at anybody, but I like to get where I'm going and I like the people in front of me to also try to get where they're going safely. But that means you need to go whatever speed you decide you want to go. Use the cruise control or just stay at that speed. Use your turn signal and don't get in the left lane.
So
Should I
the
tell you how I really
word
feel?
between aggressive and not aggressive, that's normal. I think what you're looking for is normal. You're a normal driver. I think everyone would agree. We're all just trying to get where we want to get without anybody irritating us while we're on our journey.
Yeah.
So one of the other things that bothers me, and there was an incident even with a family member not that long ago where so they're driving along the road, someone driving in front of them, there was a lot of snow, a lot of ice. People that don't clean off their car before they get in their car and drive. So huge chunk of ice flew off this person's car in front of her, actually ended up going through her windshield and onto it flew all the way to the back seat. She's very lucky she wasn't hurt.
Yeah. My
That
cousin,
to me doesn't take long.
my cousin-in-law.
Cousin-in-law. It doesn't take long to just like wipe off your car. I don't understand. Especially if you get that much snow and ice on your car, you live in a place that gets that much snow and ice all the time. This isn't new.
And you have one of those cheap sticks in your car on top of whatever other nice thing you have.
Right. And you're probably starting your car so it's nice and cozy before you get in it anyway. So take a minute. Just why? That's so dangerous. So dangerous. All right, so
Yeah,
that's
that's not a
one.
good one. On the phone. What are we doing? People are watching movies going down the
Uh-huh.
road. I don't understand. I've got the last two insurance companies I have the little app where they're like giving you discounts, tells you if you're on the phone, it like helps you make sure you don't even pull up Spotify to pick something new. I don't understand what's happening. People are going through. I have to sit now for a 3 second count at a red light because I don't trust anybody. Half the time there's a semi trailer going through on the phone. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
it's not okay.
No,
It's not okay.
that one bothers me the most. I feel like a very old person saying that, but like, all right, can you not wait for 5 minutes? Like, what is so important? Are you doing a TED talk? Are you making a video?
And you probably won't even remember this, that it was 10 years ago, Dad and I were sitting at a stoplight and we were rear-ended by a young girl texting on her phone. What? No. You can't just do that. There's a responsibility. To me, it's almost people forget what they're driving is a huge multiple ton vehicle and you could hurt somebody so quickly with a blink of an eye and yourself. Like that's whatever. I don't want to preach, but that annoys me.
Yeah, I don't like that one. All right, what about parking? Do you have any parking ones?
Sweet Lord. So working and parking in a parking garage, what I hated was pulling in.
Wait, oh, okay. Going to work. You didn't work at a parking garage.
No, sorry.
I was like, I don't know about this. Let's go down this road. Tell me more.
I know I left. You never knew that about me. I worked in a parking garage. No, no. But you know what? I could have. I could have been the parking garage police. That would have been a great job for me. No, going to work and then pulling into a parking garage to go to work. The people that ended up like taking more than just their space. Like, I don't understand. Like if we all end up doing that because we don't want to be bumped by the guy next to us, just if you drive like one more loop, you're going to find tons of spaces. You don't need to take up extra space. You don't. And also, don't park in a handicap spot if you don't need it. Like just don't.
Yeah, I
Don't.
don't get that. Although some places have gotten real carried away, and I don't know. Maybe there's a certain time of day during the week and I don't see it, and everybody who needs to park in those spaces goes. But some places have like 10 handicap spots for like a tiny store. And I'm like, who are you selling to? And it'll be places like,
Medical supply?
no, it'll be like the boxing gym. And you're like, I don't know that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. Well, who am I to judge? But this seems like a lot and nobody's ever in them. But you can still walk. I mean, why don't, not the handicapped people, regular people, don't be parking up front just because there's 10 extra spaces. Just go park and walk.
I always like when you go to the gym and again, you're going in to work out. But people try to get the closest spaces that they can to the gym doors. I can never quite figure that one out. It's like, if you're going in to walk anyway, like get a couple extra steps in.
Yeah.
So that's me. That's my, yeah.
Mine is parallel parking. I don't know if it's everywhere. I don't know if it's just in the South. I don't know if it's just in the rural South. But nobody knows how to parallel park, and it used to bother me. And now I think it's hilarious, and I will stop what I'm doing. I'll stop walking down the road. I will slow down driving, and I will watch and see how long it takes people to parallel park. Oh, most people give up, which is the best. I'm like, you just spent 3 minutes trying to figure out how to get into this spot. You hit the curb 3, 4 times, and then you just decide I'm done. Like, come on, let's commit at that point. I don't get it. I mean, you pull up the window, out your window. The middle of your window should be with the person in front of you's mirror. Then you back up until you get to the your windows at their back bumper. You crank the wheel all the way until now your windows again with their back bumper, and then you turn it back the other way, and voila! I mean, you've done it.
Well,
Voila! I don't know what's hard about that. I really don't. Like, do they not teach people how to do this? I I don't get it.
they're supposed to. They're supposed to. But I
I
also
heard the
think
other
there's,
day some kid, I forget who I was talking to, but his kid went and got their driver's test, and they don't do parallel parking. They do like driving around cones, driving on the highway, and like turning.
wow.
But everywhere you go has parallel parking. Sometimes I don't mind it because I'll go to a city or a town and there's a ton of parallel spots because nobody knows how to park at them. So I'm like, all right, I'll park here.
You're good.
That
See,
one.
I like watching people who are really good at it. Like in Philly, it's amazing to watch how good people are at it. Like you talk about, it's a science and they've got it. I will drive by spaces going, I don't know, I'm not sure. Watching people just like back in and go. I will say I'm better pulling into parallel parking on spots that are to my right as opposed to my left.
Oh, you mean
And
like
I
a one
learned
way?
on a one-way street. I learned that recently in Philly, going shopping with a friend, driving. I dropped her off at the store because we had an appointment, dropped her off. And I was like, okay, I'm on a one-way street. And the best spot was on the left. I was like, oh,
Well, the
but I
physics
did
are
it.
all different. The math is different on that. I don't even know.
But
It would
it's the
probably take me two
same,
times to do it.
it's all the same idea. And fortunately, my car's not big. So I was able to scoop myself in. I actually wanted to high five somebody when I got out. It was like I was looking for
I
someone to
guess it is
say,
the same. Yeah, maybe there's no different math.
there's no different. It's just,
Just your
it's
perspective on where you're sitting is different.
right. It's just perspective. And like, wait a
Did you
minute,
get
I'm
out and
supposed to,
go, woo?
yeah, I wanted someone to come out of their home and high five me and go, you did good.
Next time, just pretend people are out there. Yes, did you see that? I did that.
Did you see what I did? That's good. That is good.
All right, let's move on from driving.
Okay.
Okay, this is grooming gaffes. We can see
Mm.
you. What
Mm.
are some of the things that you can't unsee when it comes to grooming?
I hate to go here, but we gotta. Okay, here's the deal. Men, if I'm somewhere, and I don't care where it is, and I look over at a gentleman who is well dressed and I start talking, if I start seeing hairs out of your nose or hairs out of your ears, I will walk away. Because then I can't not look at it. Do you know what I mean?
So you really enjoy watching Jeremy Clarkson up close.
Exactly. Exactly. I just can't. Like, that to me is like, did you not see that? Like this morning when you were brushing your teeth and combing your hair? How do you not see all of that happening? Like, there's some people you could put a braid in it and stick a little bead. It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it is a lot.
Like, let's take care of that. That's not a good look on anybody. Because again, I can't then have a conversation with you because that's all I'm looking at. Like, no, I can't. Not
It's hard.
happening.
It's hard being a guy. We got the neck
Is
hair.
it?
Yeah,
Is it?
unless you have like Elizabeth's got this little mirror on the big mirror that's like super zoomed in, and that's the only way I can see if I'm getting an ear hair. Otherwise, I don't see him until I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this or something, and then I feel one. Nose is another story. Nose you can see, but like ear, to me, the one's the back. Like I have the unfortunate genes of being a bear, and
Not from
so
me.
not from you, from the lurker. And I have to keep my neck trimmed. Like I have to. But some guys don't ever trim their neck and it looks like their hair just keeps going.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me is like you're at a meeting or a conference or something and there's just long hairs coming out of your shirt. That's just a little weird. Can we get somebody to take care of it? Oh.
Again, I don't get that. Like, I don't.
Well, that
I
one you
mean,
can't see, so I kind of understand, but you kind of have to think. And maybe they're just that happy and content with who they are, and they're like, I don't care what you think.
or they're
But
living in the 70s where
a lot
guys
of us
used
do
to,
have some
like,
thoughts.
even coming out of their shirt, they thought that was a good idea. No,
That's coming
no,
back. I think the shirt unbuttoned with
the gold chain. It's not a good idea. Like, none of that. No,
just wait. It's all coming back.
it's all coming back. Oh God, no! Please no, please no.
Ugh.
All
What
right, the
else?
other one is again. I'm sure a lot of people this doesn't bother. I saw a musician on television last night who was playing guitar. The hand that was on the neck of the guitar, his nails were groomed, very nice. Looked like he had a manicure. The nails strumming at the guitar, all of the nails were longer than mine, like super long. I couldn't concentrate on whatever he was doing on the guitar. I kept looking at Dad like, what? Why? He's like, well, it's easier for the guitar. That's why they have picks. They have picks for that reason.
It's in case the pick broke or you dropped it,
Yeah. Mm-mm. But
which is
even
also
when
probably
I,
the hand that you shake. So that's the right hand, most likely. And he's shaking people's hands with that.
again, I don't like it. I remember when I worked in retail, when men would come through my line, like there's certain things. And again, how judgy am I? Like I am just like checking. I'm working the cash register and I am like judging every person in my line
Yeah, pass the time.
past the time. But dudes that would come in with long fingernails, and I'm just saying that they didn't care about them. Like if you paint them, if that's your thing, so be it. These are people that literally just like don't care about their nails because they also have the hair growing out of their nose and the hair growing out of their ears and long fingernails. And in my head, all I can think of is like, what must your toes look like?
That's nasty.
It is. See? It's not just me. I feel like there's a lot of people that have that. Like,
All the women who work at the nail salons.
oh, yeah. As it is, I always give them extra because they have to touch my feet.
That's a rough job.
It is a rough job.
Yeah.
And God
Maybe
love
we
them
do an
for doing
episode
it.
on rough jobs because that one seems just smelling chemicals all day
Dirty
and
jobs.
touching people's feet.
Yeah. I know. God love them. That's why I always tip very, very, very well because I always
Although
think I
there's a lot
couldn't
of
do it.
people out there that would pay to touch other people's feet, so who knows?
Well, that's a whole different that's a whole channel.
Yeah, yeah, we don't want that one. All right.
Totally different one.
Got anything else on grooming?
Do I have anything else on grooming?
I don't think so.
No, I think that's it. See, I'm really not that high maintenance. Like if you show up clean and you got no fur going on, I'm happy. And your nails are clipped.
No fur going on. I'm gonna write that down. I'll make you a sign for your front door. Show up with no fur going on. You're welcome to come in.
Right. No solicitors, but
No fur going on. Right.
public space, public spaces,
Oh, I updated the notes.
public spaces.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it because, again, this is a big deal for me. I feel like because I'm old, I probably, when I was your age, didn't have this many pet peeves. I feel like. But now that I'm old, I have a lot more. When people are done with their grocery cart, I don't understand. They have those little corrals everywhere. And if you're already an idiot, you've probably parked in a handicapped spot that you don't even need. But I don't understand why you have to just leave the cart. Why? Why? Why leave it? There's so many places to put it. I now have
But it's
taken.
raining, and I don't want to get wet.
It could be a beautiful sunny day. They still don't feel like it.
No, I agree.
So I am now that lady who 100% they're going to do a commercial about this at some point. If I look like you might be that person that's not going to put your cart away, I will go up to you and say, I'll take your cart. Because I'm probably putting mine away, or I'm going to need one anyway. But why? They will roll around, they'll slam into somebody's car.
Take up spots.
They take up spots. Yes.
Yeah, at the local grocery stores, I'll take the carts back to the inside or like to the outside part where you get them because I know that they're a little more short-handed. It's not as far to go walk, but like at Walmart, I'm not walking all the way back to into Walmart, so I get that. I'll leave it in the cart thingy because they've got a bunch of machines and stuff that help them bring the carts in, and I will to go as far as to take it back to the store just so that that one person who's working 3 other duties doesn't have to constantly go out and collect carts.
Correct. Because it seems really silly to me. Seems silly. And it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I guess to a lot of people, they're very, I don't know.
Entitled. Somebody will take care of it. Somebody else will deal with it. It's always somebody else to clean it up. That's like people who throw trash out the windows here in the country. It's all the high schoolers. I don't know what's in their minds. They just throw shit out the window. There's trash all down the farmland. And then the farmer's got to go clean that up because he can't cut his crops or spray the crops or do anything until all that trash is picked up. And it drives me nuts because they're in their head, they're like somebody else will clean it up. There's roadside like cleanup, adopt a highway.
Right.
That bothers me.
I know. I agree. That and when people put garbage in their trash cans and have like 47 boxes that they decided they're not going to break down and they just kind of shove them or pile them around. And then you get a day like today where we have 60-mile-an-hour winds. None of that's staying in your trash can. It's not. So, like, do better. Let's just do better. But it's always the same people. Like, we can look out on a trash day. And again, we're old now. So we look out. Who didn't put all their stuff inside the trash can? Well, all their stuff will be in our yard in about 20 minutes. It's always the same people. So
you know they can get they know they can get another one. Like the trash companies aren't saying you can't have 2. If you have that much trash, get a second one.
I don't even think it's that they have that much trash. It's that they don't know how to put the trash
They don't know how to put it away or pack it.
Giant containers. Yeah.
Or break down cardboard boxes.
Right.
Yeah, that bothers me.
See, the longer I'm sitting here talking to you about this, the more old I feel.
This is a good positive vibes episode, I think. We're just complaining about people.
We're just right.
But we're getting it out. We're getting it out of the way.
We're just whining.
We have lots of positive ones. Today's the day we're letting everybody know how not to be an idiot when you're around.
Right. Shave your nose hairs, put your trash away, put your cart away, and don't park in a handicap. You're good.
Yeah. Or and pay attention when you're in public. Like, don't be looking down at your phone and trying to walk across a parking lot or down a aisleway. That bothers me. Or people just standing in the middle of an aisle on their phone. Like, what are you looking at? Is your grocery list not loading? Write it down. I still use paper.
We always talk about, like, when we go to the airport and you're out in front of a gate, right? And the people that don't want to be like in the gate area, it's okay if you stand near the gate. That's cool. But the people, like, usually it's a party of 4, and they just stand in the middle of the hallway, and you're just kind of like, I don't understand why you're just here. There's people coming, going, especially the Philly airport. People are coming, people are going. There's massive amounts of people. Why are you just standing in the middle? Are you that entitled that you just like, people will walk around me? Not a big deal. There's so many times I just want to run into them. I
I
can't.
know. I feel like carrying a vest in my backpack at all times, like just a yellow vest, and like directing all the people waiting in line. Because you're right. And then those 4 people will attract 4 more people who attract 4 more people. Before you know it, we've got 10 minutes before we board, and everybody's blocking the entire walkway, and people are busy and late and trying to get through. I want to just take a vest out, put it on, and say, all right, everybody, we're going to make a line. Let's learn how to be considerate of others. Here's what we do, like stand here, make a line all the way down the road. Like, I don't understand.
I know. But I love that idea. I like that idea of carrying a vest.
I carry one in the car. Maybe I should carry one in my back.
See, a lady couldn't do that. We need all the space for all of our things. We can't. I can't be adding a
No room
vest.
for a vest,
I'd
let
have to
alone a
take out a pair of
megaphone.
shoes.
Yeah. And it's just when you're trying to get through and you're in a hurry and you have 2 kids in tow that like to not follow you in a straight line behind you, it's very hard to get through those lines.
Yeah. But it comes back to the just in consideration. And it's crazy because that's kind of like one of the other things I had written down about people just ignoring people, whether it's a social situation, whether it's just saying thank you to someone who's provided you a service. I've seen people actually like ignore people that work someplace, just ignore them altogether, like not saying hello, not making eye contact with a smile, because they're entitled and they think that those people are waiting on me. Why should I even not? Oh, there's another human being I could at least look at and say hello and smile. No, none of that. There was a very good video that went viral. It was ahead of the Super Bowl, and there was a celebrity there who was walking down this corridor to get to their seats, and there were like 4 or 5 employees of the stadium standing next to trash cans. Like, that was their duty, was to, like, basically they were going to position the garbage cans wherever they needed. This celebrity actually stopped, opened up their purse, and said, "Thank you so much for doing this. I know this is going to be a crazy day for you," and handed them each $20. Like, just because. Like, that's a nice thing to do. Did she have to do that? No. She could have just said, "Thank you so much for all that you're doing today. You know, everybody appreciates it." I just thought that was cool. It's, yeah.
She could have gave him $100 too.
And she could have.
$20 seems a little cheap. I thought you were gonna be like, she pulled out her wallet, gave me each $500. No, $20. It
But
doesn't
I
take
think
away
she
from the
did that.
sentiment. Yeah, she could have just said thank you. She didn't have to give him money. I think if I feel like it would have been better if she didn't give him $20 and she just said thank you and shook their hand and like took a picture. I don't know who this is, by the way, but like
Yeah.
it kind of seems a little bit like it could go the other way now. You're like, thank you. I think this is worth $20.
But again, like in my head, she was doing that to all the employees that she was encountering along this
Yeah,
corridor.
I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean?
I just
But
thought
I
it was
also understand.
yeah. No, that's important.
And again,
It's
just
so easy and
acknowledgement.
obvious, and we think we talked about this recognizing people, maybe in
Yes.
names or something, one of our other.
Yeah.
But it's the easiest thing you can do. And
It is
these
the
are the
easiest.
people who are like in high demand and plenty of job vacancies are the ones you need to thank the most. The ones
Mm-hmm.
who are doing the things nobody else wants to do.
That's
Cleaning up after the movie, cleaning up after your event or concert, giving you your food, like all these very important jobs.
service jobs. Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, just even just to make eye contact.
Yeah. Yeah. Manners. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either. But what leads us to one of the other topics, I feel
Yeah.
like we're doing it. People that talk negative about everything all the time. Like, you can't start it's like like Debbie Downer from Saturday Night Live. Like, you could say, "Oh my gosh, isn't it's a beautiful day?" And they'd be like, "Oh, it's so windy. It's gonna take the trees down." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those people to me make me a little anxious. I don't do well around negative people. I just don't. So I steer clear as much as I can because it's not my thing.
Yeah, it sounds like this whole podcast, if you know what I mean. This episode.
Mm-mm. No, we're just griping. Griping is different than negativity, I think.
Sorry, I can't not be sick for some reason.
Good.
Okay, sorry. I realize you have a different notes than I have because I updated the notes. So I have the updated ones, and I was like, "Where is she reading uh, this
Where is
like
she going
next
with this?
section from?" So
You're fine.
yeah, that's a good one. Negativity. Also, I am very much. It bothers me when people say they're going to do things or kind of just are all fluff and never do them. That bothers me. And that really bothers me with like work or leadership. We were not even going to talk about politics and people saying, oh, like the whole notion of a political campaign is
Ugh,
literally all talk,
terrible.
just telling people what they want to know.
Terrible.
Uh,
And
but
none
like
of us
at
want to
work,
hear it.
but at like work and stuff, that bothers me. Like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, and then nobody does any of those things.
Yeah.
That's what really bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have trouble also with people who are close minded about things,
yeah,
whether it's someone's race, religion, the way they want to do things. Here's my deal. We're all here for a very short amount of time. Live and let live. It's fine. If I don't agree with you, that's fine. It's okay for me not to agree with you on whatever it is that you're doing or saying or whatever. Whatever shows you're watching. It's fine. Live and let live.
yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. To me, that falls under like your ego. Some people are like, you're either red or blue, you're white or black, you're Republican or Democrat. Like, can we all agree there's a middle? And it's the common sense middle where I think most of us live, but are afraid that if we say we're here, that everybody's going to turn on us. That to me is there's going to be a tipping point and everybody's going to realize it at some point, but we can't just be one thing or another. We all are very in the middle, I think, and the outliers are on the sides. But I think most people would agree that there's merit to two sides of a story and that there's room for compromises, and your ideas probably aren't the best ideas all the time. So let's learn how to be better.
And learn from each other. I mean, again, we're here for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Quit being assholes.
Yeah. Hold your mug up. Lack of awareness to me is maybe one of my top one. That might be my top pet peeve. I'll have to like to think on that. But not recognizing that other people live in the world, not being aware of what's happening. It could be at the grocery store and you're in line and they decide that they need to be on the phone and finish their phone conversation before they check out. Or they realize that they need to go get something from the back and they ask the person checking them out to go get it. And now
Yeah.
everybody has to wait because they messed up. Uh, or you're like parking or doing anything and people are just like generally unaware of like, hey, other people have places to go, things to do, like we're not all alone here. Be a little considerate. Let somebody go first. And just an example, but that bothers me in general.
So when Chad and I did our leaf peeping tour in the fall, so we started in Maine, went to New Hampshire, Vermont, New York State, and then back to Pennsylvania. One of the places we stopped was this very cool, like, country store in Vermont. Now, the hard part with being our age and traveling when everybody else is in school is that you do end up with every other senior citizen on a bus tour going to exactly where you're going. So anytime we would pull into somewhere, I would look around. And I started nicknaming them COVID buses because the other thing is everyone getting off this bus, not only were they old, they were all hacking up along. First, I can't be near you because I don't know what it is that you have, but let's not. But this one store we're in, and I said to Dad, I was in there 20 minutes. I said, I have to leave. The people that just kind of like, they're wandering aimlessly, but they're just kind of running into you. Well, I don't understand that. How do you? It was like I kept saying to him, it's like pinball. Like these people would just like run into each other because they were all trying to get to maple syrup. Why?
Hey, hey, maple syrup is valuable.
I know it's valuable, but they acted like they'd never seen it before. They all had to have it, and they were all willing to run into each other to get it. And I just happened to be collateral damage because I was just walking down the aisle.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and people were cutting you off for free samples or going back and getting free samples more than once in front of you.
Yeah, just cutting in front of me because, why not? Long line of people. They had gotten their sample. They left. It was so good, they decided to come back and just cut the line.
Yeah, see, that to me, lack of awareness, or maybe they're aware and they're just like entitled. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, but that's the stuff that I want to scream at people. But I always feel like if I do that, then I'm the one that looks like a fool. I'm the one that now looks like an idiot and looks terrible, like a terrible human because, you know, Greta's 70 and I didn't let her cut the line again.
Just drop your pants around your ankles and shuffle over, and then do it, and then nobody will say anything.
That would have done it.
Yeah,
I would have cleared the store.
there you go.
Cleared the store. But I agree. Spatial stuff I don't like close talkers.
How about the ego stuff? We talked about the closed-mindedness. I really don't. The ego is what bothers me probably second. People who, I can do this on my own, or I don't want any help, or I don't want to hear anybody's opinion, or I don't care what you have to say, I'm doing this. That, I don't know if that's all part of closed-mindedness or what, but that part bothers me.
So yesterday we watched for the 1000th time the movie Step Brothers. I love that movie so much I can't. And in it is the one brother who is, and I forget the actor's name. He sells helicopters. His name is Derek. And he is all that. Like he sits down and he's like, let me tell you about me. It's that ego thing that I just blows my mind. How do people get to that?
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. He's such a good actor.
I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah, he's a helicopter salesman.
I need to go watch that again.
Yeah, watch it again. I just kept quoting lines before they'd happen. I feel like I've seen that movie a lot, and it's still one of my favorite.
All right, let's finish with some rapid fire questions. Pet peeve or not? So I'm going to ask you if it's a pet peeve, and you, yay or nay. People who chew loudly.
Yeah, I think I'm used to it. My dad was a loud chewer.
Did grandma? Did she have a problem with that?
She hated it, which is probably why she put me next to my father, and she was at the other end of the table. George. Yeah, you could. It was a lot. So that's why I don't think it bothers me because I was so used to it that that can go in one ear, not the other.
Okay. How about? Oh, I got a bunch of good ones here. Driving 10 under the speed limit.
I give you a pass if I can't see your head over the steering wheel.
Just hands. If we could just see your hands.
I just see hands.
Or if it's inclement weather, go for it.
Right. Then I give you a pass. I'm still going around you.
Other exception if there's more than one lane.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. How about, I know this one will be funny. Blasting music with the windows down at a red light. Summertime.
I love it. I love it.
I know you do, because you used to do that in the minivan with me and my buddies in the back, red as could be.
It's still one of my favorite things to do. Yes. Yeah.
How about driving with your high beams on?
No, please don't. Like, there's no reason. Especially now, most cars have an automatic sensor. There's no reason.
And also, who doesn't look at their gauges to see?
Who doesn't see that big blue light?
I mean, maybe it's the people whose cars are like shot and all the lights are always on, so they don't even look anymore. I mean,
or they can't see because their hands are above the steering wheel, and so they're like they can't see that.
Yeah. About speakerphone on the phone in public talking.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. That to me is another. You think you're all that? I don't care. There have been times I've been in a store and I've seen people do this. I will walk by and say, "Hey, George," because I don't care.
We should all do that. Everybody listening, if somebody is on the phone and speakerphone in public, walk by and say hello to the whoever's on the FaceTime on the other side.
Hey, asshole, how you doing?
I mean, I don't get it. I have 3 pairs of headphones right here. Always carry one with me when I go somewhere. And that doesn't even take away from the fact that you can just put it up to your, I mean, FaceTime, no, but if it's a phone call, just put it up your ear.
But again, I've seen people FaceTiming all the way through a grocery store. But again, if I walk by and I can see it, I wave.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It is weird though. It's changing the way you use a phone. So the kids, like, they don't know how. I had them on the phone with Elizabeth when she was traveling this week, and I put it up to their ear like this, and I realized I'd never done that because Lila started talking to her like this, and she's like, I can't hear her. I'm like, no, you have to turn it so she can hear you from the microphone, and it's just they're so used to everybody's either holding it up or it's flat, and yeah, so maybe that's something that's not going to change.
I think we need to go back to rotary phones for a lot of us.
I'd be okay with that.
Me too.
How about toothpaste? Do you and Dad have your own toothpaste? Or
Yes.
do you have a separate one? Okay. Did you ever share toothpaste?
Yes.
Did he ever like squeeze it from the middle or try to squeeze out the last bit of toothpaste before he threw it away?
So no, he's very good about it. I'm the one who will not give up that tube. Like if I could cut the tube open and take out the toothpaste when it's gone, I would do that. I will squeeze till there is nothing left.
I
Nothing.
don't get why we do that. A lot of people do that, but you should just throw it away and get a new one. But it's not. I get it, it's not wasteful, but
It's not
it is
wasteful,
also like it is also a chore. You sit there for like 4 or 5 seconds just trying to.
Now I gotta go buy a new tube. Like if I can get one more day.
All right, toilet paper. Does it unroll from the top or the bottom?
Top, always.
Yes. I dislike when it's the bottom. I will flip it over.
But
Unless
when Dad and
one of those
I,
locked public ones that you can't.
oh yeah, when Dad and I first started living together, that was an argument.
He was a bottom feeder?
He's not. I grew up as a bottom feeder.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when we first started living together, there were two things only that we would fight about. Pizza, because I didn't eat it. I didn't like it. And he kept saying, if you're going to be with me, you're going to eat pizza. And the second would always be when I would change the toilet paper. And he'd be like, what? Like it would really freak him out. And in my mind, it was kind of like, it's not a big deal. Like as long as there's some toilet paper there, I really, like part of me doesn't care. I don't care that much. As long as it's there, I'm good. I changed my ways.
I meant this as a speed round and I did not do well. So everybody listening's like, I'll edit it to be a little faster. Reply all on email. I'll try to get back.
And add the things that you like. I want to hear from people like, what is your biggest pet peeve? It might be us.
No. I'm asking you as a pet peeve, people who reply all on email.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to email everybody. I don't have their email. The 4 people that watch this. By the way, if you are watching this far, good for you. Most people tune off at what was the thing? Like 7 minutes or 14-minute mark. So if you're still here, you're a committed fan. Let us know. The magic word is reply and send mom a message and we'll buy you a t-shirt or something.
There you go. No, the reply all thing is I'm not a fan of. I don't like it when people do it. If it pertains to everybody, great. If it only pertains to one person, why am I included on that? I don't care.
Yeah. Some of these AI said, I don't even understand, like leaving you on red but posting on social media. I'm guessing that means they didn't text you back, but they wrote something on social media.
I don't know.
Hey, they might have it scheduled, folks. So I don't know about you, but I schedule my posts.
I do not.
Right. What else? Social media ones. We're going to skip all those. How about gyms? No. Pineapple on pizza.
No.
No.
Why?
I have 2 buddies, 2 friends who like that. It's odd.
But again, live and let live. But I am going to back you up to the gym. What? People that do not wipe down equipment after they use it, you just need to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. The question was gym selfies, but I was like, I don't know people that take gym selfies. Do you?
Mm-mm. No.
But wiping down gym equipment's a good one.
Yeah.
Or putting the weights away. I don't know how many hotels I go into. There's just stuff on the floor. I'm like, there's 3 things here. You put them away. There's not that many choices you have. I put it back.
Wipe it down and put it back.
With
I
when we
know.
were in Nashville, the last trip we took, weights on the floor with a gym mat and a ball. I'm like, what? Put it back. How about milk before cereal? Know anybody that does that? Neither. Apparently that's a thing.
How'd you know how much you needed?
I don't know. Maybe you just maybe it's like a way to conserve milk. You just pre-measure like a cup of milk and you pour that in, and then you put your cereal in. I don't know.
Could be, or if you're only allotted like a certain amount for dietary reasons.
Yeah. Dogs in strollers.
Dogs
Really
in the strollers.
Yeah, dogs in strollers.
Again, I don't
I
care.
don't see that, so I don't care.
No, I don't care.
Adults obsessed with Disney.
Again, I don't care. If that makes you happy, that to me that's not a horrible thing. And that doesn't really affect me.
No, it is weird though. Like if you're at Disney World or on a Disney cruise and there's just like some adults trying to hang out with you and your kids without kids, that's a little weird. But otherwise, you can be obsessed with it. Just don't bring it into my family. Don't be coming over here trying to, can I ride the log flume with your child? No. It's a hard no. I think that's all I got. What do you think? Do you think we vented enough negativity?
I think we vented them. Again, I'm hoping that we don't come off as angry elves, because we're not angry elves. But there are certain things, and I think most people would agree, the ones we hit are 100%. And I'm sure there's ones that later today will be like, oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Well, I already think we can do a whole one on I think we do another episode on travel. We just talk about like plane travel and all the things that go with it. So maybe
100%.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
People think we'll do that.
I agree.
No.
I agree. But for today, I think this was good. Yeah. I feel so much better. I feel like weights have been lifted off my shoulders.
And now, well, I saw things that I never thought of, so now I'm going to be looking for dogs in strollers, and I forget the other ones. But when I see them, I'll be like, "Oh, some people don't like that."
I bet you don't see that where you are. Maybe
there's still dogs on chains where I am, tied to trees. Sometimes not too many tiny dogs being ferried around here.
Oh God, too funny.
All right, everybody. Well, that'll wrap us up for another episode of Mom and I Unfiltered. If you made it this far, good on you.
Good on you.
Again, we don't care that you're here, but thanks for watching.
Yeah. Always fun. Love you. Have a great day.
You too. Love you.
Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Mom and I Unfiltered. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for another episode coming soon. I'm your co-host, Patrick Riley, alongside my mom, Kathy Riley. Have a great day.